Chris, everybody come through okay?
Yeah. The only one is obviously Joe Led, which is come round too quickly for him, unfortunately. I think if this was next weekend, he'd be okay, but he's going to miss out. We've drafted David Vaughan into the squad, which is a plus for us. But Jim Chester will train today. I think whether he starts or not tomorrow, that's another question. But hopefully, if he comes through today, then he'll definitely be in the squad. So, yeah, okay, positive.
Will you think about freshening it up, given it was a tough game out there and you had the travelling yesterday?
Yeah, it's a tough one, I think. But the mood the players are in. You know, we're going into this challenge tomorrow. We've never made excuses. We won't make any going into it. The players are honest. If they feel like they've got a problem, then they won't start. And of course, physically, we look at the starting 11, and of course, we'll pick our strongest 11. But I think the guys who started out there did a great job. They showed great discipline. They stuck to the challenge. They stuck to the game plan. Their focus and the discipline was magnificent. So yeah, we have got the options if we want to mix it up and change it, but we can also do that within the game. But like I said earlier, physically the lads are okay.
It's going to be, you know what the emotion was like in June. How much more do you think it'll be tomorrow, and how do you and your players have to cope with that?
This is what, you know, we're here now, and we can't complain about the intrusion, if you like. That's what we've always wanted. We've always wanted the type of attention that we're getting, and the reason we're getting it is because the players, game in, game out, have produced performances. They've always stuck to the game plan. Like I said earlier, the discipline has been magnificent. Stayed focused. We all know what the possibilities are. We must never stray from the formula, being our preparations have always been first class, and the players have, you know, the information they've taken on board, and they've stuck to the game plan. Did it again out in Cyprus, and that's why we've been getting results and performances. So we know tomorrow what it's going to be like. It's going to be a fantastic atmosphere. We mustn't get caught up in it, because if you get caught up in it, sometimes you stop thinking about what's got you there in the first place. And we must never do that. It's game plan. Stick to that. We're not bothered about it being a performance that everybody remember. There's going to be loads of goals and loads of excitement. If that's the case and we come out on top, great. But we stick to what we've been working on. The players will do that. They have to do that, and we let all the supporters who are going to be fantastic again. We know that they can get excited. We've got to stay calm and stay focused.
But the fans also got to sort of, as they did on Thursday, really realise that if you're going to win it, it may not be one until very late. In other words, they may have to stay as patient as you will have.
Yeah, my message to them would be just stay with us. You know, we're playing Cyprus on Thursday, and it's 0-0, and with about 10 minutes to go, and I think maybe certain people were thinking, this is, they should have been 1 or 2 goals up by now. That doesn't work. Don't work like that, especially when you go to places like that. And teams like Israel will come to us. A good team, Israel. They've got a lot to play for. This game is going to be another battle for us. It's going to be touch and go either way, and we need to stay in it. So we mustn't get carried away with either where we are in the rankings or where we are in the table. Our bread and butter is we play with the discipline. We're difficult to beat. We don't give easy things away to the opposition. And I just need our supporters tomorrow to stay with us. Just to stay with us. We're in new territory. We're having to deal with a new situation, which we've earned, like I said earlier, but it's going to be a tough game for both teams. It's going to be one of those games where it's going to be tight, and we've got to keep doing what we've been doing, and not get caught up in the occasion.
Last one for me. I can think of plenty who won't be able to, but will you sleep well tonight?
No.
Given the excitement of what could happen?
No, but I don't really. When we come on camp, I don't sleep that well anyway. To be honest with you, and I don't suppose tonight will be any different, to be honest. But I'm used to that now. I think it's not so much. It's not worry, it's excitement, and it's, you're looking forward to another big game, and looking forward to the challenge. That's what it is for us. It's a huge challenge. There's no threat. We don't look at it like that. It's just a challenge, and how we meet it. We meet it head on like we've always done. So, but it's another massive game. We've said all the way along. Every time we win, the next one's even bigger, and this is where we find ourselves.
Sorry, I've got one more. Last one. 58. You know how Wales got there, I assume. Coming full circle now, and just go through that first.
Yeah, it's funny how things work, isn't it? And obviously, it was 58 was with Israel also involved, but like Israel have got something to play for here. It's not like they're coming to us and the campaign's finished for them. They've got a real good shout in this, in the way things pan out for themselves, and they'll be looking to get a result for themselves. I was asked earlier that I think maybe if we were playing Andorra, which is a game we'll be expected to win, then our job's done and dusted really, because if we beat Andorra like we're expected to, but it doesn't always work like that. But I'm thinking, no, I'm glad it's Israel. I'm glad we're playing against a good, strong team who are playing for something themselves. Not that our players would relax anyway. They know better than that. But this is going to be a real tough game for us. Whatever's happened in the past, even the not so the distant past, even our past in this campaign, whatever we've done. It's whatever we're going to do. That's what the important thing is. What we're going to do next. That's the only important thing. When we must keep doing the good things, keep progressing, and that means performing again on Sunday.
Now you're one game, one result away from this, the thing you've been looking for, striving for so long. Have you considered where this will go for you, for players, what it will mean for Welsh football?
Yeah, of course. I think we've all momentarily had a little pause and thought, if this happens, because we're human, and this current group of players were a couple of 2 or 3 years ago classed as the golden generation, and I said all along they've not earned that yet. They're on the way to doing it, and I believe they will do it because I believe they're good enough. But we haven't done it yet. But you can't help but think, there's a chance, real hell of a chance for us to do something special. We're human beings, and sometimes you stop and think, wow, but not for too long. I always say, if you keep on looking over your shoulder of what you've achieved, you don't know where you're going into the future. And our eye is always on the future. The future being tomorrow. Future being another challenge. So that's how we look at it. That's how we've always looked at it, and that mustn't change.
Chris, have you spoken to any of the legends of 58 recently?
No, I haven't. No, I haven't spoken to anybody, to be honest with you, Phil. I'm sure they'll all be wishing us well. But like we've always said, this is, no matter what anybody's done or haven't done before us, this is about us. This is times now, and it's always been, this path has been our path. It's no one else's. So that's our focus remains on that, and the job in hand.
Never mind any injury news. Kept your jacket on in the heat of the snow. Has it been to the dry cleaners? Is it back in time?
Hasn't been to the dry cleaners all campaign, Chris. No. So that'll be the same. I probably won't have too many people standing too close to me tomorrow, but no, that jacket will be on. Don't worry about that.
Chris, is it true that sort of in the 10-20 minutes before kick-off, while the players are out warming up, you go and do a bit of Sudoku?
Sudoku?
Yeah, Kit Simons mentioned
Did he?
the other night.
No. That's the maths thing. I'm never ever anybody that went to school with me will know that's not true, Phil. No maths. I can't even spell maths. I mind do it.
Chris, how much of a message would it send not only if you could qualify, but go on and win the group as well, to the rest of the World Cup?
You know, these are all so within touching distance. Look, Belgium will have a huge say in that because they've got the capabilities of winning every game. Belgium are a hell of a team, and yeah, that it enters your mind, it enters your thinking. But if you keep thinking about things like that, and you take your eye off the ball and you take your eye off the job in hand. The job in hand is Israel tomorrow. Then it's easy. Football is it can be an unforgiving game, and 1 minute you're up and the next minute you're down, and it changes in an instant. So we can't get ahead of the game. We've got to keep our mind on Israel. Simple as that. And it's we know how difficult it's going to be, and that's all we have to think about. Is Israel? How are we going to perform first and foremost? But like I said earlier, we're looking forward to that challenge. You know, we're not threatened by anyone. We're not threatened by any team. We're not threatened by a situation. We can look at this situation and go, right, it's new for us, and this is the challenge, and we'll deal with it. And that's how we've always looked at things.
Chris, has Gareth got one more goal in him?
I think he's got more than that. Yeah, I think in this campaign, absolutely. I was pleased for him Thursday night because it wasn't a night really where offensively we were at our best, but discipline, focused, sticking to the game plan, and then he got his reward. You know, fantastic cross from Jazz Richards, who was magnificent on the evening, and wonderful header, and he got his rewards. But Bailey, yeah, he's got more goals than him in this campaign.
You mentioned John Charles, it reminded you of that. It also reminded people of Ronaldo, the way that he rose to that pitch. Do you think working day in, day out with Ronaldo has really moved him to that next level?
He's the type of boy, Gareth, that I'm quite sure he'll respect Cristiano Ronaldo, but he's his own man and he's his own player, and he commands respect, and that's right. He's able to, even though he's in a great Real Madrid team, he can do things in that team equally as much as Ronaldo can to win a game. So I think Bailey is confident. He's comfortable in his own skin. Even in that dressing room, in that environment with some great players, I think he knows he's a great player himself. And I'm quite certain that on the pitch, the ability-wise, the respect will be mutual.
Just one thing before training started. It's 15 minutes from now. So if you want to see training, it'll be strictly 15 minutes. So it's up to you if you want to carry on or you lose.
How's it feel to be the best in Britain at the moment?
I haven't even thought about it, to be honest. I haven't. I think a lot's been said about the rankings, and we've jumped above England, who are obviously a great team. And yeah, we can have a smile on our face, but you know, the rankings won't get us to France. They won't. We can have a quiet smile, of course, but you know, it's France. The eyes always on France.
You know, a lot of people are now asking for Wales to play England to see who really is the best. Is that something you fancy in the future?
We'd always, of course, I think all of us ourselves, Scotland, Ireland, we always love a game against England, of course, because they're a great team and they're a juggernaut, aren't they, in world football. So yeah, if there was a possibility of having a friendly, I'm quite sure we'd be right up for that, of course.